everyone, this is Darwell20, and welcome to episode 134 of Darwell20's Let's Play series, where we're continuing to play with Woot. Woot. So today I'm going to actually build our Woot multi-block structure somewhere. I haven't actually figured out where, or no idea where I'm going to do this at. On one hand, it would be cool to build it somewhere cool. On the other hand, I don't know exactly how much space I need. So I'm thinking like maybe over here, I fill in with just a smidgen of dirt. I've got extra soul sand in my inventory. I went to the nether between episodes for a minute because I was surprisingly out of soul sand. But if I just fill this little area in here, which like I could totally building gadget it, but I feel like it would take me longer to get the building gadget out of my bag than it would be to do that. But there you go. We could build our Woot structure over here and then figure it out. Also, the reason I went to the nether was because I wanted to make D's Oracle. When I went to craft this a minute ago, I had 0 soul sand. So I had to quickly pop into the nether to make that happen. See, I had the bookshelves ready, but I didn't have the soul sand to make the Stygian stuff that I needed, so wanted to try that out. So the D's Oracle is apparently a thing. Scrying the future. This might show me everything I need to know. Oh, hello, sheep. Ender Dragon. Ah, interesting. So this will show me... Alright, this does not look like it's working yet. Supposedly, this will show me my chance of getting drops. But number one, looting apparently has no effect on anything. And only sheep and ender dragons are shown in D's Oracle. So, that's what I get. That's what I get. That was my bad. That one hurt. That one just hurt a little bit. Oh, that actually stings a little bit. Pretty good, actually. That's all right. We'll figure it out. What are you guys? Rope and nail? Oh, I broke my hammock even? Oh, my goodness. All right, I got to fix that. See, I told you I was mining in the nether. I told you. And I did the silly thing. All right, I'll be back in a minute once I fix this nonsense. So let's go give it a shot, shall we? I have no idea how this is going to work out. We're going to figure it out, though. We're doing it live. All right, so I'm pretty sure the way this works is we find the heart of the multi-block, which is going to be, I'm determining here. And then we can use the intern. Cannot place loot explorer. Okay, well, that's a thing. I don't know where exactly this is going to have to go. Do you have a UI yet? Okay, you still can't place that. 354, 57? Whew, that's super low. Maybe the heart needs to be near the top of the multi-block? I'm just going to put you all the way up here, and then we're probably going to wind up removing it. Okay, that's a thing. And I'm still in Tier 2 mode, right? Yes, Tier 2 factory. Expected cell, no valid primary controller. Okay, we're getting close. Basic conatus cell, mob controller. So the primary controller, primary base, needs the mob controller on it for spiders. Cool. Now it's just expecting a cell at 354, 64. I would love it if you could just render something. Is there a trick to this? 354, something. 354. So that's probably underneath this. Oh, hello. Sweet. All right. Progress. Wow, you're doing things. Look at that. Progress is happening. Spider. Okay. Are you actually doing things? Neat. Loot exporter. He doesn't have a UI, so I got to imagine a chest might help here. Let's throw down an iron chest. Are you actually running? Because you shouldn't be running. Oh, hey, look at that. Wow, okay. So factory 2 needs 160 millibuckets of conatus fluid. Every 320 ticks, it's going to spawn a spider. It's got the controllers, loot pool, string, spider eye, and that thing that I'm not going to pronounce. We've got one of the 4 mob controllers shown here. Item and fluid ingredients. I guess this is where it would tell us which ingredients are necessary. Cool. And then we need the conatus fluid. So that's the next thing we're going to need to get going here from Woot. Conatus fluid. So let's make that happen. All right, so we've got a Woot multi-block. That's cool. Now, conatus fluid is made, as we said before. We can add redstone to purge fluid to get conatus fluid. And purge fluid comes from either rotten flesh or bones or blaze rods or ender pearls. I think I'm going to go ender pearls on this, right? So what we want to do is really pretty simple. We're going to want 2 fluid vats. Is that right? Yeah, 2 fluid vats. So let's see if I've got all the things to autocraft you. Looks like you just need some brewing stands. Fluid vat number 1, ready to go. I think he's in progress with the machine casing. There you are. And then fluid vat number 2. And this should be easy. In theory. Come on. You can make the machine casing. There you go. Good job. Good job. Value added tax. So basically, we're just going to want water pumped in, ender pearls pumped in, output to the adjacent one, and then pump in redstone and output to some kind of ender tank or something like that. Does that sound cool? Now, I think I'm going to build this down here in this general vicinity because, man, my basement's a mess. Who let my basement get this messy? Who, I ask you, who? The reason I want this down here-ish, somewhere in this area, is mostly because it's one of those we don't want to think about it kind of setups, right? So if I were to take, right, so you're that thingy doing that, water condensator, basic fluid tank, external storage for you. So let's get some advanced mechanical pipes. What if we just did that? Perfect. And then we want an exporter. Sounds cool to me. We'll export bus and some cables. Some ender pearls. Now, in theory, we'll be able to automate making ender pearls more in a bit, so I'm not too worried about this. Right? And ender pearl go in, exporter, boom. You're going to need some power over here, I presume. So how about a flux point with a little bit of power hookup? Flux point. Ultimate universal cable. Boop and boop. And then there you go. Nice. Charging up. Water. Ender pearl. Doot, doot, doot. Purge fluid. Good. Purge fluid. Good. Filled up buffers. Everybody's happy. Now for you, we're going to want redstone export busing, right? I think that should be the way. I like that. I like that. This is the way. I like that. Yeah. Well, and then some redstone. We've got a decent amount in here for now. So boop, boop, boop. And then you will be making conatus fluid. And then we're going to want a tank. How about we make... Looks like I have a couple ender tanks here. Let's choose cyan dye. Have I done cyan dye? Now, will you auto-export to the adjacent? You will. Ha-ha. Ha-ha. And then you become cyan dye, and that means that goes away and that comes up. Perfect. Cool. So now you've got your conatus fluid ready to roll. Okay? You're almost full, and then once you're full, you'll start backstuffing, and again, bada bing, bada boom. So there's your conatus fluid auto-crafting. Super simple, right? Ender pearls plus redstone equals conatus fluid. Sweet. Now over here, we've got our... Where'd that liquid... conatus cell. Cool. All right, so you're going to go there, sir. And when I hit this lever, you're going to drain into that cell, theoretically. And if we take a look at you, boom, conatus fluid. Nice. All right. All right. So now you should actually be making string. Cool. Well, that's not so bad. It's not so bad. Now, we can speed this up a bit and do things, right? So you're going to make string, you're going to make spider eyes, you're going to make yada, yada, yada. So what we're going to do now, I think, is look at the upgrades we can apply to this thing. So if we take out our Woot book, we will find... Exotics we'll talk about in a minute. They're like uber mega upgrades that you can only find in end city chests. Then there's perks. Cool. So perks is a thing. And where's my thingy? So we've got 4 perk slots. And I think that's... This is a perk slot? This is a perk slot? Do I just put the perks in the UI? That could be the case. We'll find out. But perks are how to make your factory better. So there's a handful of them. Feeding Frenzy. Decreases the time to generate mobs. Higher levels of this perk will decrease the time further. When a factory contains multiple mobs, then the mob with the smallest rate reduction will be used. Okay, cool. Laser Beams. Generates industrial foregoing ether gas in tanks adjacent to the loot exporter. Cool. Head Start. Drop skulls. Pressing engagement. Generated amount of fluid. For industrial foregoing essence. Cool. So a couple of these perks do like industrial foregoing fluids, right? Rampage perk increases the number of mobs spawned by the factory. Higher levels of the perk will spawn more mobs, right? So if you want to speed the factory up, there's 2 ways. One is using Rampage will make it spawn more mobs, right? Right now it's spawning 1 mob at a time. Tier 1 would be 2 mobs, Tier 2 would be 4 mobs, Tier 3 would be 6 mobs. The other way to do it would be Feeding Frenzy, which will decrease the time it takes, right? Which is this out right here, spawn time, 320 ticks. Now, obviously, what will happen is, you know, if you decrease spawn time and increase number of mobs, it'll probably start consuming conatus fluid faster. And remember, we only used, from Woot, the tier 1, which can transfer 1,000 millibuckets per tick. So if we want to do more than 1,000 millibuckets per tick of fluid transfer, we're going to need a higher tier conatus cell, which is going to need a neophyte plate. Fun times. That doesn't look so bad. Oh, you do need some liquid enchant. We can pull that off. We can pull that off. What we'll have to do is set up an injection press, and we can throw books at it, and that'll be good. Now this one, Scale the Summit, will allow me to create higher tier versions of the Woot factory. The essences are generated by the factory when this perk is installed. Each level of this perk defines a number of rolls, yada yada yada. The factory tier determines what the chances of the drop of each essence type are. So this is a tier 2 factory, so it has a 10% chance to drop a shard. And weight 70 would be Celadon, weight 25 would be Cerulean, and weight 4 would be Byzantium. Now, how do we, pray tell, get one of these? So we're going to need, if I want tier 3, which would be lovely, we're going to need Magnus plates. Magnus plates. That would be you. So you're going to need a diamond and some Stygian armor. Oh, that's not bad. I can do that with liquid enchants. Yeah, I can do that. All right, so let's go figure out how to make the injection press, because a lot of these things need liquid enchant, which is basically an enchant liquefier block. Boom. And then you need the injection press, right? And then the enchant liquefier is basically going to just take any enchanted book. And the gist is the higher the level, the more liquid you get. So if it's, you know, holding 4, it's going to be 2,000 buckets. If it's holding 5, it's going to, you get the idea, right? If I just did, oh, how is holding 4 the highest you get? Okay. So we've got a 5 here, right? Impaling 5. Oh, that's interesting. When you look up the uses of it, it doesn't show it. But anyway, the point is, the higher the tier of the book, the more enchanting fluid you will get. Cool. So this one might wind up wanting to be a manual craft. So what I'm going to get is a universal cable. We will do an enchantment liquefier, please. We will do an injection press, please. We'll get a dropper ready here. So enchantment liquefier, good. Injection press. Good. And I'll take that, right? Enchantment liquefier, injection press. So you're going to liquefy enchants. You're going to be ready to make the things. Look how it sparkles. So what do we got by way of enchanted books that I can just throw at this thing? Lots of them. Got some true shots, got some volleys. Ooh, looting 3. I'm not going to throw that away, though. Ooh, this has 2 sets of things on it. I wonder what that does. It does nothing. No, it's going. Okay, nope. It was just being slow. It was just being slow. Taking its time. So how much liquid are you giving me for that? Oh, 3,000. All right, cool. So what we just learned is that a book that has more than 1 enchant on it, well, actually, no, because 3 should have been 1,500, right? Unbreaking 3, let's try that one, right? That should be 1,500-ish. So actually, it does help to have them in there. That's cool. Yeah, see, 1,500-ish. So having 2 sets of 3 was 3,000, so it all adds up beautifully. Cool. All right, so now if I want to get the Scale the Summit dude, Scale the Summit 3, we're going to need 3 Magnus plates, which is going to need 3 diamonds and 3 Stygian armor with total of 9,000 liquid. So we're going to need a few more of those dudes in there. But let's get our diamonds times 3. Let's get our Stygian times 3. And let's pick out a few more enchanted books that we don't care about. Looting 3, power 4. I mean, looting. I don't want to lose looting. Quick shot, mana burst. Luck of the Sea, efficiency 3. Cavalier 3. All these things I'm all about. Just, you know, what I'm going to do is hopper you with a chest above you. Because I feel like that would be the smart move. Because none of this stuff stacks, right? So being able to just toss a bunch of enchanted books in here means that this thing will presumably be good to go. I didn't mean to put you in there. Sorry, little buddy. Right? And then what will happen is eventually this will back stuff liquid enchants, right? And then everybody's a winner. So what else have we got in here? Bulwark, sure. Piercing, quick shot, insight. Power, power, sharpness, cavalier. Yeah, just take it all. Have fun. All right, so you should be ready to go with those things. The Stygian iron doohickeys go here and here. You're going to go away there. What in the what? A new child is living. Yay. So are you crafting or did I misrepresent something? Injection press, that's what I'm looking at, right? With diamond Stygian armor, 30,000 RF, and 3,000 liquid. Oh, no, it's going. It's just really slow. It's just really slow. It was taking a long time for the update to occur to the UI. All right, cool. So we'll be back in a minute when these guys are all done crafting, and then we're going to make the Scale the Summit perk, which is going to need a golden carrot and some nether wart. So that should be ready to go as soon as this crafting is complete. So I'll be right back. Rats 100% help. I'm just saying. No surprise. The RF per tick input is a little bit not sufficient to see, but they help. All right, cool. So that would be this, doing that, and bada bing, bada boom. So let's figure out how this works now. So I'm assuming that we go over here to this weirdly... I remember the Woot structures used to be kind of cool. This one's weird. I'm not sure I'm loving this change. But meh, it's all good. So let's check out Heart. Actually, yeah, how indeed do I get perks into here? Meh? Meh? Only level 1 perks can be added to an empty upgrade block. Do what now? Really? I feel like I'm missing that notification somewhere. How to make your factory better. Where is the general information on perks? Perk block? Perks are applied to the perk slot. A perk slot can accept a single type of perk. An empty perk slot can take any level 1 perk. All previous levels of perk must be applied before the next level is accepted. Different tiers of factory have a maximum level of perk that they will work with. Higher tier perks can be applied to lower tier factories. However, the factory will ignore any perk benefits over its level capacity. So I'm thinking level 3 perk might not have been the right course of action. We're going to find out. So apparently we definitely need the scale the summits 1 and 2. Right? So, like, let's add 1 and 2 here. So 1's going to need a Neophyte plate, and 2 is going to need 2 Adeptus plates. Cool. So Neophyte is going to be iron, and Adeptus is 2 gold. So let's get an iron and 2 gold. And then we're going to need 3 more Stygians. So you guys make that for me real quick. And then this is how we're going to roll, right? And we'll see. My gut's telling me that I might not be able to put the level 3, but we'll find out. We'll find out. Cool. Now you're nice and slow, but I'm going to rats you. And haha. Haha. It looks like if he runs out of energy, his progress is reset, which is a bummer. I don't like that. Yep. All right. So literally you have just enough energy for a gold plate. Probably not enough energy buffer for a diamond plate. Oh, no. Actually, yeah, interesting. You don't have enough for a gold. All right. You need to let the gold get, like, some percentage of the way done and then drop your rats on. I'll just be patient. All right, all set. Adeptus plate. Woot. So now, Woot. See what I did there? Tier 1 and then tier 2. Well, in the opposite order. 1, 2, 3. Bada bing, bada boom. So now I should be able to insert into the perk slot. Boom. Aha! Cool. So it actually, interesting. Neat. So now we've got scale the summit 1. So now will you accept 2? Only level 1 perks can be added. Oh, okay. So do I have to do that here? Oh. Oh, neat. Okay. Yeah? Perks levels capped due to factory tier. Okay, so because we're at tier 2, it's capping us at the... Okay, that's cool. Now, can I shift-click you to get these out? Do I break you to get these out? Oh, apparently yes. Okay, so you break the perk slot. Cool. Now, what's this thing? Oh, that's right. That's D's Oracle. That was very not useful. So, tier 1, we're not getting that red message. Tier 2, we are getting that red message. I mean, I might as well put the third one in there, because why not? And then when we upgrade this guy, we'll be cool. Now, how's my... Oh, look at this! We're getting lots of string. We're getting lots of spider eyes. We're getting lots of cherry. Now, here's a question. Asking for a friend. All I want to see is that it does it, right? Because we have like a 10% chance or something like that, it said, for that Slay the Spire thingy or whatever it is to work. So, perks. Scale the Summit. I was close. Slay the Spire, scale the Summit. Tier 2, 10% chance to drop a shard. and probably would be Celadon. Hey, look! Boom! Celadon. Nice. So now we have two options. We can either just wait for this thing to make a bunch of Byzantium, right? And then we can make a tier 5. Now, to be clear, for a tier 5 doohickey here, factory, we're going to need 8 Byzantium blocks. Okay, which needs half as many, so, or twice as many, so 16 Byzantium essence. All right, so we're gonna need 16 Byzantium essence here. Cool. All right, let's look at making, come back here, my little friends. Let's look at making the other two upgrades that speed things up for us. So that would be Feeding Frenzy and Rampage. Now, what's Stoke the Boiler? Decreases the amount of conatus fluid required by the factory. Higher levels of the perk will decrease the fluid requirement further. Sweet. Treasure Island gives looting. Tumbling Doll of Flesh will make pink slime and liquid meat. That's cool. And Wisdom will allow it to generate experience shards. Cool. So I think I would like Feeding Frenzy, Rampage, and Stoke the Boiler, right? So Feeding Frenzy. So you're going to need 1 Neophyte. You're going to need 2. I think I'm noticing a pattern here. 1 Neophyte, 2, 3. Okay, I've picked up on the pattern. The pattern is tier 1 is 1 iron, tier 2 is 2 gold, tier 3 is 3 diamond. That's how it goes. So we're going to want like a number of these. So we're missing Netherrack. We are sort of... I mined up Netherrack while I was in the Nether 2 between episodes, but because I have Netherrack in my thingy, there you go. Cool. So we'll just get like 20 of those. And then while we're at it, let's get a handful of these and a handful of those. Cool. And I'll be back once all the crafting and whatnot is completed. FYI, if you put 1 rat on there, it'll break even on RF income versus usage. Little pro tip. So 1 rat will speed it up a little bit for you, not costing you RF costs. So that's probably worth it. Wow, did I already burn through all my enchanted liquid? All right, looks like it's time for more enchanted books. What can I get rid of here? True Shot and Instigating, Vigilante, Smite, Fire Protection and Punch, Fire Protection, Excavating, Air Affinity. I think we've already got that on something, don't we? I'm wearing my helmet. I don't think I can enchant him. So, we'll see. What else we got here? Some True Shots, some Volleys, Looting. I'm going to hang on to Looting, obviously. Ender Disruption, as much as I love it. There you go, buddy. Enjoy. So I'm going to make only the level 2 upgrades for things, because, well, I'm going to make the level 1 upgrades for everything, which I should be able to do now, right? So I wanted Feeding Frenzy, Rampage, and Stoke the Boiler, right? So Feeding Frenzy 1. Rampage 1. And Stoke the Boiler 1. And that should be cool. And then you've got your tiered plates there, and that's cool. You can come back. So I'm gonna whoop. Right, so Feeding Frenzy, boom. That should decrease the amount of spawn time ticks, so now it runs faster, right? And then Rampage will increase the number of mobs that spawn. I don't know if that's shown anywhere on here. And then 320 millibuckets of conatus fluid will turn into 272 millibuckets of conatus fluid. Sweet. I like it. Now, I think exotics are only allowed on tier 5 Woot structures, so we're going to have to figure that out. But that's cool. Now, over here, we can do Stoke the boiler 2. So let's see if my theory is correct that this will not accept it on a tier 2 structure. So that would be you or stoke the boiler. Stoke the boiler. Oh, look, it's saying at the top there what the current perk is. Yeah. Cool. Perks levels capped due to factory tier. Okay, so what I'm going to do, just because I already crafted them, I might as well, but I'm not going to bother with the tier 3 upgrades until such time that it makes sense to. So Rampage 2 would make sense here. And then we also wanted... Feeding Frenzy 2. Cool. So this would be Feeding Frenzy 2, this would be Rampage 2, and that, see, everything's staying at 1, and we're getting that red message down there because we need to get to another tier of Woot before we can get that. Now, have we gotten any other thingies? We've got our first Cerulean, so that's cool, but wow, we have really not gotten a lot of other things. But I should be able to now, boop, that guy. We'll see if we start having conatus fluid issues. What we could do is go peek at down here and find out if either of our machines are having trouble keeping up. Purge fluid is staying pretty steady. Conatus fluid is doing, I think it's okay. Look, there's a moment where it's not crafting. And I think that moment where it's not crafting is telling us that we are producing enough conatus fluid here for the 3 rats. I doubt that it would be able to go much faster. And I would wager that without the stoke the boiler perk, right, that, you know, it may not be able to keep up. But 250 or 272 millibuckets per process is definitely working pretty well. So hey, we've got lots of string, lots of spider eyes, and Celadon and Cerulean essence. I don't know for sure, but I'm hopeful that I'll be able to get that super rare one, even at tier 2. According to the book, it seems to me like I should be able to get it. So it's just super rare. So we have 2 options, like I said. We can either just let this thing run like crazy and produce all the things, or we could tier him up to like tier 4, let him run, and then tier him up to tier 5 and let him run. I might do the tier 4 thing. Just to be clear, what would I need for a tier 4? Factory would be 8 cerulean blocks. 8 cerulean blocks. Which would be 8 cerulean essence. So not bad. A few more cerulean essence and I should be cool. We will also need 24 Celadon, which Celadon you get 1 to 4, so that's actually not bad at all, right? This is 1 to 1 and the other one's 2 to 1. So not bad. We get up to 8 of those and then we should be groovy. So what I think I'm going to do is wrap up the episode here. We'll come back next time. I very easily should have enough Cerulean and Celadon essence to make a tier 4 Woot factory. We'll upgrade this thing to tier 4. We'll maybe throw Enderman in there. We'll start getting Ender Pearls, because we're going to need them after all the Cerulean essence we're making, or whatever it's called. So this essence, conatus fluid, right? And then, once that's cool, we'll build up the Byzantium essence to generate what we need to generate to make a tier 5 Woot structure. Cool? All right. Devil20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Woot is looking pretty cool. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Very, very different. Some mechanics that are different, which is cool. All right. Devil20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.